Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're seeing this vlog. Hello to you. First off, can we talk about these space buns? Are you guys feeling it or not? My husband thinks it's the cutest thing and I absolutely love it. Usually I do my hair in like a cute little slick back, but today I wanted to do something different. Got my cute little earring accessories too. I'm feeling it. My little Fashion Nova tee. Let's go. But anyways, today I plan on going to Target. One thing about Target, hates to see me coming. I be in that store 24/8. So I'm planning on going to Target today because you guys really want this white chocolate chip caramel unleavened bread recipe. I posted it on Instagram and it was also in my other vlog. I had made it for my school for the opening of Hanukkah, otherwise known as the Feast of Dedication. And I asked y'all on Instagram, should I post a tutorial? And y'all was like, is that even a question? So I plan on getting the ingredients today so that I can make the tutorial and drop it for you guys as well. I don't think I'm gonna add some frosting to it either. I'm just gonna leave it plain. I'm not really a frosting type of person unless it's like a nice little drizzle, but I'm just gonna show the basics. And if y'all wanna add your own little touch to it at the end, with be it frosting, decor, whatever, then that's on y'all. But I'm just gonna show y'all the basics. So let's get into the vlog. First, we have to do a check-in with the dog. How's everything going for you? Pretty good? Fair. Honestly, you guys are lucky because I wasn't gonna make the recipe today because I'm not scheduled to make bread until like probably 2 weeks from now. So I'm like, do I really want to let them wait 2 weeks without having this recipe? No, I'm just gonna make it and then I'll probably give it to my little brothers to have, if anything. We still have some bread left over. As you can see, we are devouring into it. One thing about me, I'm very much a middle of the bread type of person. Like, I don't really care for the edges because sometimes it can be a little crispy or crunchy. I don't like crispy crunchy. I like soft, okay? So I will literally cut straight into the middle of that bad boy to get that nice soft fluffy bread. I'm trying to see what ingredients I need because I pretty much have the basics. Like, I have my sugar, I have, actually no, I need sugar. I need sugar, I have my flour, I have my condensed milk, I need evaporated milk, and I believe I have vanilla extract as well. So I don't need to do too much. Keep it very budget friendly. Very budget friendly. What's your matter? You know I have to go bye-bye? Oh, what's your matter? Okay, this is the fit. Again, this is originally a little shirt dress from Fashion Nova, but I'm making it into a regular t-shirt and I paired it with just regular black skirt. Got my little accessories here. And yeah, something calm. And of course I'm gonna be wearing my black Uggs. No lie, I feel like it's time for me to get new black Uggs because these look so beat up. Does anyone ever wash their Uggs? I've heard of people like going to the cleaners, the dry cleaners, to get them done, but like, has anyone else ever done that? Because I really don't want to pay another $200 for some Uggs. I just got some new ones that are high tops because it's getting cold and I want to keep my whole leg warm. But I love my black Uggs. But I just don't want to spend money on new ones because they're so damn expensive. Honestly, even if you know a good knockoff Ugg brand that is just as comfortable as these black Uggs, let me know in the comments because I don't care about brands, okay? I like comfort, I like affordability, so if I can find something that's just as good as that and it's just as comfortable at a decent price, let me know because that's what I'm all about. Spray of the day is Juicy Couture. I think this one is called EAU. Yeah, EAU de Parfum. Eau de Parfum. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, but this is the original casing of it. Y'all, when I tell you I spray this joint everywhere, it smells so good. One day I'll do like a short on my favorite perfumes because y'all, I got some good ones. I got some good ones. I'll put y'all on game. Decided to go with this purse. Doesn't really match my outfit, but no one's gonna see my outfit. Y'all, I just got to Target and this parking lot is fuller than full. Came at the wrong time. The wrong time! But it's okay because I'm doing this because I love y'all. Okay, so first I gotta get my 9x13 tray. I do have 2 at home, but I don't want to touch that until the next time I'm scheduled to buy bread, so I'm just gonna buy an extra 2 today. 13x9. Look at the Betty Crocker mug treat, y'all. Tell me that don't look good. I'm not gonna get it, but it do look good. I had to get my elderberry because last time I forgot. Elderberry lemon balm with ashwagandha for immune support. I don't want to stay here too long because once I start looking at teas, child, I will definitely fill up my cart with this. Not me not being able to find the caramel. Like, I'm in the bacon aisle. The caramel should be here. Anyways, child, let me get some for your spread. Not me throwing it in the car like that, child. I still ain't find this caramel. Think I'm about to crash out if I don't find it within the next 5 minutes. People keep sending me in different directions. It's like, it's caramel syrup. How hard can it be? So believe it or not, Target actually ran out of sugar. Like, there was no sugar on the shelves. I went through all the aisles. It was all gone. And I didn't see any chocolate syrup at all. And of course, when you need something, there's no workers to be found, or a lot of them want to act like they're so busy. Anyways, I'm at Stop and Shop. Luckily, it's not too far. So hopefully they have some white sugar in here and some caramel syrup. That's all I'm getting. I'm not even going to carry a cart. I'm just going to get a little basket because I'm getting 2 items. And if I get a cart, I'm going to be tempted to get more items. So that's what we not doing. Okay, I'm finally back in the car. I did get the 2 items I said I was going to get. And 3 additional items. But listen, hear me out. I needed them. I found some gloves because I desperately needed gloves. And I got these chips I'm kind of obsessed with. They're like these guacamole Tostito flavored chips. And I got another extra item. But anyways, I'm going home now and let's start on this bread. It's already, I think, almost around 1 maybe. My car's not on yet. But I want to drop this video, hopefully post it today. So let's see if we can go get it done. Let's see if we can get it done. Y'all, this is all my stuff. Can I make it all in one trip? And that's the goal, because I'm not coming back down here again. I really don't want to if I don't have to. Like a boss. Come on. Got everything on me. Too nice. All right, guys, made it back inside. All with the bags. I didn't have to make any more trips. Usually I have my little wagon with me, but today I just didn't. My dog's going crazy. Either he's super excited to see me, which I know he is, but I also think he knows that I got him these little treats. They're these Lick and Crunch sandwich cookies, carob and peanut butter flavored. So I know he's gonna go crazy for this. And you know, I saw these and I'm like, you know what? I kind of want some cookies too. Not too much. I got myself these chocolate peanut butter pie Oreos. Y'all, I didn't even know they had these flavors. Let me find out Oreos coming out with different flavors. Tell me that don't look good. I had to. All right, y'all, so let's get into what we're gonna need for this bread. First things first, you're gonna need some flour. You're gonna need some sugar, vanilla extract, caramel syrup, and of course, white chocolate chips. This is white chocolate chip caramel unleavened bread. So you gotta make sure you get your chocolate chips. This is the brand I use. It's called Ghirardelli, but I'm pretty sure any chocolate chip would, white chocolate chip would do. Going to need butter. I always get salted butter. I use 3 sticks really for it. Evaporated milk, condensed milk, eggs. I use 3 eggs for mine. And in addition to this, your regular spices like your cinnamon sugar, and what else do I use? Nutmeg as well, just a dash of nutmeg. But don't worry, as we make the bread, I'm going to go step by step and make sure I tell you guys the measurements. I'm not gonna do y'all dirty like that. Okay, so first things first, before we start making the bread, you gotta send up prayers. I don't care what anyone says, making unleavened bread, if you want it to come out good, you gotta send up prayers. It's a spiritual thing. If you have a nasty spirit or a nasty attitude on you and you start baking this bread, trust and believe it's not gonna come out good. So before you start, make sure your spirit is right, you're in the right mindset, and send up prayers to the Most High God so that it can come out good. And yes, I just sent up prayers, but I did it off camera. Next, I have my little mixer with me. I use a hand mixer. I used to have an electrical mixer, but I kind of got rid of it because it kept on making this weird, loud, obnoxious noise. So luckily, I was able to have this for my wedding registry. So this is my go-to. You're going to need 3 sticks of butter. I usually warm mine up for about like 10 to 12 seconds just to get it softened. If you leave it out overnight, it should be fine. But since I just got these, I'm going to soften them a bit up. We don't want it melted. We just want it soft. Okay, so see how my butter is soft now? Like I could put a little dent in it and it's nothing, like no melted butter coming out. That's how we want it, nice and soft. Nice and soft. Okay, so we're gonna add all 3 sticks to the mixing bowl. I have my mixing bowl here. First stick going in, second stick going in, and the last stick is also going in. Next, we have our measuring cup, and we're gonna measure out 1 cup of white granulated sugar. Next, you're gonna do 1 cup of brown sugar. I use light brown sugar. I've never really used dark brown sugar, but I don't think it'd make a major difference in the taste of the bread. Not that I know of, but for me, I use light brown sugar, so I'm gonna use 1 cup of this. And then we add it to the bowl. So this is what our bowl is looking like so far. We have our sugar, our white and brown sugar, and now I'm going to add some cinnamon sugar to mine as well. And for this, I don't have an estimate. I usually just go by what I see. That's how much I have in my bowl. And I'm gonna add the rest of my spices now as well. Some people wait until after they mix the butter and the sugar to add the rest of their spices, but recently I started just incorporating it as of now. I'm adding my cinnamon. Again, I don't have a measurement for the cinnamon. I just put as much as I want because I like cinnamon. And with the nutmeg, because the nutmeg is so potent, I just put a little bit of that, not too much. So I'm going to show you guys what my mixing bowl is looking like right now. So as you can see, I was a little heavy-handed on the cinnamon, but your girl loves some cinnamon, okay? Got my nutmeg, my cinnamon sugar, and my brown and white sugar. Now we're gonna mix it all up. And when you mix your sugar, you wanna make sure you do so for at least 10 to 15 minutes to make sure that the granulated sugar is all mixed evenly. Because if you mix it a little too soon, like 3 or 5 minutes, it's still gonna be coarse. If you want that really whipped, buttery effect, you have to whisk it longer. The longer you whisk, the fluffier your batter is gonna be. So I whisk mine probably about like 7 to 8 minutes, give or take. I just eyeball it, and if it's looking how I want it to look, then I know I'm good. But starting out, make sure you, especially if you have an electric mixer. My hands get a little tired, so I might not go as long. But if you have an electric mixer, definitely let that thing go as long as possible, at least 10 to 15 minutes. It'll come out really fluffy. You won't regret it. Also, be mindful to make sure that you're always wiping the sides to make sure the mixture stays in the middle, because when you have an electric mixer or a hand mixer like mine, the batter tends to get everywhere. So you want to make sure you're scraping the edges to keep it all mixed so that when it's finished mixing, everything is incorporated evenly. And if you weren't able to work out for the day, trust and believe you can get your upper arm body workout by doing this with the hand mixer, because y'all, the way my arm is struggling right now. Okay, it's still not quite there yet, the batter, but at this point, I'm still going to go ahead and add my vanilla extract. I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of this. Yes, 2, I know it's a lot, but listen, if you want it to come out nice and vanilla-y, you need to add a little bit more extract. I absolutely love vanilla extract. I just wish it wasn't so expensive. And for those who might be wondering what even is unleavened bread, it's literally just sweet bread or like a sweet cake without any leavening agents. So no sodium bicarbonate, no baking soda, no baking powder, nothing of the sort. What allows the bread to still be able to rise and keep that fluffy texture is the butter and the eggs, and taking the time out to make sure the batter is whipped accordingly so that it can rise and have that nice texture. Okay, the batter is pretty much at a consistency that is pleasing for me. I know it looks a little crazy right now, but don't worry, it's all gonna come together. Now I'm going to add 1/2 cup of my evaporated milk and 1/2 cup of my condensed milk. And now I'm gonna blend that in. So this is what the batter is currently looking like. We just have to add our eggs and the white chocolate chips and the flour, but right now I'm gonna preheat my oven. Now I preheat my oven to 325. Put my little light on. Honestly, everybody's oven is different. Like, you really have to take the time to learn your oven. At my old place, I could bake bread at a higher temperature than I am now here. I had to take the time, trial and error, to figure out which temperature is gonna bake my bread the best. And 325 is what works for me. Some people say to preheat your oven to 400, then bring it down to like 325 or 300. But honestly, that didn't work for me. That made my bread a lot browner faster, and the inside was always underdone. So again, you take everything with a grain of salt and you test it out. I know sometimes it can be a little annoying, but it is a learning process. Next, I'm gonna go ahead and add my eggs. I just used 3 eggs. Some people, again, everyone is different. I know people who use like 5 and 6 eggs in their batter. Not me. I use 3, and I make sure that I take the little white eye out, because I've heard if you don't, your bread will literally smell like egg, and that's the last thing I want. Personally, I add all 3 of mine to a bowl. I take out the eye, and then I just mix it all in all together, and then I just pour it all at once. That's how I do it. That's what works for me. But if you're a beginner starting out, you don't got to do it like me. You could do it one at a time. But personally, I don't do that. Totally random, but I think part of my favorite part of making the bread is taking the eye out with the eggs. I don't know, I just find it so soothing, just like removing it. Don't judge me. So I separated the eye. I've added all my eggs together, and I'm literally just mixing all of them up now. That's what it's looking like. Oh, you can't even see it. That's what it's looking like, if you can see. And I just literally pour it all in the batter just like this, just like that. And after the egg, this is what our batter is looking like. Very nice. Now we're going to go ahead and add our flour. I use all-purpose flour, and I'm going to add it in 1 cup at a time. Also, some people sift their flour. All that means is you put it in like a mesh strainer and just beat it. And I don't. I don't. I used to, but I don't. And honestly, I don't see a difference in my bread, but I've heard that sifting it is better. That's what they say, but I don't do that. So I'm just adding my flour mixture to the batter. That's 1 cup. Now the second cup, we're gonna incorporate the chocolate chips, because if we don't, let me tell you, at least from my experience, the last time I made bread with just chocolate chips, I put the chocolate chips in there alone, and when I baked it and I took it out the oven, all the chocolate chips literally sank to the bottom. I was like, what the heck? Why did my chocolate chips sink? So in order to stop it from sinking so that it actually sits in the bread, I learned that you have to mix it in some flour and then add it to the batter. I'm not sure why or the science behind it, but doing that helps to keep it even, so when you bite into it, you get that crunch. And I do have a pack that is open, so I'm not gonna open the new pack. I'm gonna save that for a later time. And I'm gonna pour in my chocolate chips. Y'all, I just poured out my chocolate chips and a whole bar came out. What the heck? That is so cool. I'm not even gonna lie. That is so cool. I'm not gonna use it, but that is so cool. And honestly, how much chocolate chips you use is on you. I don't use that much. I'm gonna show you guys how much I use in my bread. Probably about that much. Maybe like a little less than a cup. And I'm gonna add the flour on top of it. So I put a little flour on top of the chocolate chips, and then I'm just gonna use a spoon to mix it all in so that each chocolate chip is sifted with the flour. You wanna make sure that they're all coated with it. And once it is, we're gonna add it to the batter. And then proceed with the next cup of flour. So that, what I just incorporated with the chocolate chips, was probably about like maybe a 1/4 cup. So I'm just gonna put like 3/4 cup this time because I don't wanna put too much flour. And I'm gonna mix it up. And when mixing your batter, you wanna make sure that you don't over mix it because you don't wanna get too much air in it, okay? So take your time, don't mix too much, you'll know. I'll show you how mine's look when I'm finished mixing it. And don't forget to scrape those sides, guys. Scrape those sides. You wanna get all our mixture incorporated. So I'm finished mixing mine, and that's how it looks. It's still a little dense, not too many air pockets, and if you do get a lot of air in it, we're gonna just knock it out at the end. I'll show you guys how. But you see how those chocolate chips are nicely coated in there? It's all rooted in there. Oh yeah, we gonna get that nice crunch. And you can add more chocolate chips too. You know, everything is according to your tasting and your preferences. But personally, I don't add too much to mine. Okay, so I just washed out my pan, and now I'm going to add some butter spray, some Pam. Some people use regular butter, but personally I just like using the spray on one. Mine is butter flavored too. So I'm gonna spray it all around my container. And once I'm done spraying, I'm going to get some flour and sprinkle it on the pan. Now you're probably like, Joe, why are you sprinkling flour on your pan? The reason that you do this is so that the top of the bread doesn't get greasy. I've had so many experiences when I first started out making bread, and it would be just so greasy and oily on top, and I'm like, why is it doing that? And I spoke to a sister about it, and she said you have to grease the pan, or sprinkle the pan rather, with some flour to avoid that. I don't know, again, how the science works. It works, okay? So I've been doing that for as long as I can remember now, and I no longer have greasy bread. So that's how my tray looks after it's all sprinkled with the flour and the butter. Now I'm gonna add the mixture. And now I'm just gonna mix it all in so it lays flat. And y'all, my batter literally always comes out thick. I've seen other people's recipes and their videos, and I've seen their batter is like nice and runny. Child, not mine. My batter has never been runny. Actually, starting out it did, but that only happened when I melted the butter like a lot. But when I take the time to really whisk my batter and incorporate all my ingredients, my batter comes out thick. And it still comes out very cakey and delicious, so that's okay for me. It's not about the aesthetics at this point. It's making sure everything's incorporated properly so that in the end, it's satisfying to the person who's going to be breaking bread. So at the end, I like to just literally, to make sure if there's any air in there, it all comes out. But wait, there's more. Remember, this is caramel white chocolate chip unleavened bread. So what are we missing? The caramel. You probably thought I forgot about the caramel. I didn't. Now watch. So you are literally going to take your caramel and drizzle it on top of the bread. Just like that. Just like that. And that's how it should look. You can add as much or as little as you would like, but now we are ready to put this bad boy in the oven. And I just set a timer on my phone for 50 minutes. Yes, I bake my bread at 50 minutes. Some people bake their breads for like an hour 10, hour 20, hour 15. Again, you have to know your oven. For me, I've discovered baking my bread at 325 for 50 minutes is the perfect temperature and the perfect time. So take the time to learn your oven. But yeah, when it's done, I'm gonna take it out and show you guys what it looks like. Okay, y'all, so I just took the bread out the oven, and you see how that caramel left a nice little glaze on the top? Love that. Came out so nice. Now I'm just gonna cover with some foil while it's still hot so it can steam and stay nice and moist. And I let it stay like this for about maybe like 20 minutes. But yeah, that's pretty much it, you guys. Once it's cooled down, you can decorate it. Maybe you might want to add a frosting or a glaze to it, some icing maybe, sprinkles even, hell. But I don't. I like to eat my bread plain. But yeah, I'm gonna end the vlog right here. I hope you guys enjoyed shopping with me, baking with me. Again, kudos to those who do this content like on the regular. It's really a lot with the filming and the different angles. It's a lot. Like, excuse me, I really enjoyed it, but I couldn't see myself doing this like on a consistent basis. So big ups to y'all who do. But definitely, Lord's will in the future, I can do some more different tutorials. And in the comments, I would love to know what's your favorite flavor of unleavened bread. You know, what's your go-to? What are you even thinking about doing in the future? And if you do try out this recipe, let me know. Tag me on Instagram or something. I would love to see how your bread came out. In any case, I'll see you guys in the next one. Lord's will. Happy feast to those who are still celebrating. And yeah, shalom.